Welcome back, NFL fans. Big news coming out of Washington this Saturday morning as the Commanders shake up their roster with some key moves you need to know about. If you're hungry for the latest updates and want to stay ahead of the game this season, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an insider scoop. Now, let's dive into the Commanders' latest roster changes and what they mean for the team's offense moving forward. The Commanders have officially signed wide receiver Braylon Sanders, adding a new weapon to their receiving core. At the same time, they placed tight end Tyree Jackson on injured reserve, a move that leaves a gap in their tight end room. These roster moves come at a critical time during training camp, where the team is working hard to iron out their lineup before the regular season kicks off. Why is this important? Well, the Commanders are currently dealing with some key injuries at wide receiver, none more glaring than McLaurin and Noah Brown, who have been sidelined from practice. That's put the team in a bit of a bind, especially as they look to build chemistry and consistency through their passing game. Enter Braylon Sanders, a player with experience and potential, who could help fill some of those gaps. So, who exactly is Braylon Sanders? He's a wide receiver who had a brief stint with the Miami Dolphins in the 2022 season. During that time, Sanders recorded 2 catches for 17 yards across 3 games. Not a ton of stats, but enough to show he has some game experience at the NFL level. Last year, Sanders spent time on the New England Patriots practice squad, which means he's familiar with the NFL grind and the nuances of professional football. But perhaps more interestingly, he also played for the D.C. Defenders during the 2025 United Football League UFL season, showing he's kept himself in game shape and sharp while continuing to develop his skills. For the Commanders, Sanders represents a potential depth piece who can step up if called upon, especially while McLaurin and Brown work their way back to full health. He's not a household name yet, but sometimes those under-the-radar signings can pay big dividends down the line. Now, shifting to the other side of the coin, the Commanders have placed tight end Tyree Jackson on injured reserve. Jackson signed with Washington's practice squad last December, and while his career NFL numbers are modest, with 3 catches for 22 yards and a touchdown across 16 games with the Eagles and Giants, he has shown flashes of potential. Unfortunately, injuries are part of the game, and this move means Jackson will be sidelined for a significant chunk of the upcoming season. For the Commanders, that means they need to lean on the rest of their tight end group to pick up the slack, whether that's veterans or younger players looking to step up. This move also highlights how roster management in the NFL is a constant balancing act, especially when injuries start to pile up. Teams have to make tough decisions to keep the roster functional and competitive, while managing salary caps and practice squad limits. With Sanders added to the wide receiver room and Jackson now out, the Commanders' offense faces some challenges, but also opportunities. Let's break it down. The wide receiver group has taken a hit with McLaurin and Brown sidelined, 2 players who have been key contributors in past seasons. McLaurin, in particular, has been one of the team's top targets, known for his explosive playmaking ability and leadership on the field. His absence means others need to step up, and that's where Braylon Sanders could make an impact, at least as a depth option while the starters recover. On the tight end front, losing Jackson could affect the team's flexibility in their offensive schemes. Tight ends play a crucial role, not just in receiving, but in blocking assignments, especially in run-heavy plays and pass protection. The Commanders will need to trust their remaining tight ends and possibly adjust their game plans accordingly. One thing is clear: depth is king in the NFL, and teams that manage to keep their backups ready to contribute often find success during the grind of the long season. The Commanders' front office is showing they're aware of that reality with these roster moves. As training camp progresses, all eyes will be on how Sanders integrates with the team's offense and whether he can seize the opportunity presented by injuries to others. Will he emerge as a reliable target for the Commanders' quarterback? That remains to be seen, but the chance is there. Meanwhile, the health of McLaurin and Brown remains a storyline to watch. Their ability to return to the field and regain their form will be vital for the team's success. Injuries can derail a team's plans fast, but a strong supporting cast can sometimes carry the load and keep the offense moving forward. For Tyree Jackson, the road to recovery will be key. If he can return next season healthy, there could be a chance for him to re-establish his role. For now, Washington will have to navigate the season without his contributions. So, Commanders fans, what do you think of these moves? Are you excited to see Braylon Sanders get his shot? How worried are you about the injuries to McLaurin, Brown, and now Jackson? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your take on the team's roster shakeups. If you enjoyed this update and want more NFL news, analysis, and breaking stories, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow football fans. Your support helps us bring you all the latest from around the league. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll keep you covered with everything Commanders and NFL related. Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll see you in the next video.